So I'm happy to announce that I switched over from the active service to the Army Reserve here locally in Parkersburg, where I've got news to announce for you guys, and it's major news. If what I'm hearing is correct, this news is so big that I need to reach out to the governor of West Virginia, who currently is Jim Justice, but he is moving to the Senate, as you're only allowed to have 2 successive terms, and it is now Patrick Morrisey who has been elected to be West Virginia's next governor. I have it on good word from a trusted source here in the West Virginia cold case team, who loosely works with us, that there are Venezuelan gang members being funneled into our city here in Parkersburg, West Virginia. And the gang, possibly in the gang, Mara Salvatrucha. And you can see right here that it is MS-13 for short. Now, there are a couple different Venezuelan gang members that have infiltrated the United States due to the open border policy of Biden and Harris in the past 4 years. Now, Mara Salvatrucha, or MS-13, has been reported in several states in the United States, and the state that is taking the most aggressive stance toward them is the state of Texas under the direction of Governor Greg Abbott. It appears this gang is also popping up in other states such as Michigan and other states I can't remember exactly. New York is another one, but West Virginia is probably not properly equipped to deal with this kind of problem yet. Now, you can see from this article there is another Venezuelan gang that flies under the radar, and it is called Tren de Aragua. And they don't have the tattoos on the head and the hands like Mara Salvatrucha does. They are obviously easily seen, but from what I'm being told, the ones that are being infiltrated here could be done by our own Parkersburg Police Department, and that there's an exchange of money being done. If that's the case, that's huge news. I mean, it's something that needs to be dealt with by the governor of our state. Like I said, that's not confirmed. I don't know if that's true, but I did get it from a trusted source, so it could very well be the case. Now, this article here, you can kind of see that Texas is not messing around when it comes to these gangs infiltrating their state. There have already been arrests there, but what happens if these people come into your state and start threatening the people? Because what are they doing? What business do they have here? Well, we know that they've come here from open borders, Biden and Harris, and they're here to rape, pillage. They're doing human smuggling. They're international or even transnational sex trafficking being done, where women are being abducted and taken away. And I can tell you right now that we have had reports just this past week have resurfaced of a man driving a U-Haul, renting a U-Haul, and trying to abduct women here in Parkersburg, West Virginia on 7th Street. Okay, so that's really big news. It's not the first time it's been done. I'm hearing, I don't have a name for you. I want to say his name is Mike or Mark, but the man that is doing this is wanted out of Tennessee and Georgia, from what I'm hearing. So this area you're looking at right now is East Street Bridge, and this is exactly the area that I'm being told that these Venezuelan gang members are being dropped off. Now, this is footage of when I had gotten off work the other night, actually last night, and 2 nights ago, which was the night before I took this footage, I actually witnessed 2 ambulances being parked right here. So as you come out of the bridge here on East Street, there's a graffiti right here. It says, "I see you." That's been there for a long time, but it's pretty creepy. Well, I just want to let these Venezuelan gang members know, if they are here, I see them. And it's time to get the word out about what's going on in our city. So that parking lot to the right there by the West Virginia Polo Club, there were 2 ambulances. And this is, down here is where the marble factory sits. You can kind of see lights down there. And this is where the homeless, there's SWG, Southwest or Southwood Gang, I think. I always get that confused. Is it Southwood Gang or Southwest Gang? I think it's Southwood. But down here is an alley. You see that right there? And that goes down to the marble factory. The first building is a CSX train storage depot because there's a railroad track over that bridge that you just looked at. But right down here is a homeless encampment called Tent City. Now, the police have told them that they have 30 days to get out of that side. And what are they going to do? They're going to cross the street, go past the West Virginia Polo Club restaurant. Here's that parking lot I was telling you about, to where I saw 2 ambulances the other night, 2 nights ago. And that never made it on police radars so far as I know. Now, there were reports that there were fire trucks down here, but I never saw the fire trucks. I know what an ambulance looks like. I saw 4 of them. And that path that you just saw, I saw 2 emergency vehicles down there with lights on, but not emergency lights flashing, if that makes sense. Like, I saw red lights, but there were no sirens or anything. So I just figured, okay, something's going on with the homeless people. Maybe there's a medical emergency down there. But if the reports I'm hearing are true, that there are Venezuelan gang members being smuggled down here, and could it be that our own Parkersburg Police Department is somehow behind this, to where there's an exchange of money going on? I mean, you have to ask yourself the question, how are these Venezuelan gang members getting across the border? I mean, we know it's open borders under the Biden-Harris administration, but how are they really getting over here? Like, they have no business being here, and all they're doing is evil, nefarious things like kidnapping people. Could the guy who's rented the U-Haul be affiliated with this? I don't think so, because I've gotten reports over the last year or 2 that this has been going on periodically, where this guy rents a U-Haul and abducts women. And now we've got a missing 18-year-old woman from Belleville. Okay, so you're looking at the Little Kanawha River I'm walking over right now on the footage. And that 18-year-old missing from Belleville has been missing since October 30th, the night before Halloween. We've got no updates at all. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if she's a runaway. We don't know if she's been abducted by this guy driving a U-Haul, if he's going around to other towns. We don't know. So, let me move on from the Venezuelan gang members a little bit. I will have one note for you guys. The tattoos and stuff, those are the Mara Supercabra, whatever you want to call them. You can see them easily. The guys without the tattoos are the Tren de Aragua, and they're very violent people. They fly under the radar a little more. I did get reports on this river right here, the Little Kanawha River, from a homeless woman who has encampment down here on the other side, where she says it is safer. She says that there was a U.F.O. sighted down here 3 different times, and it always happens between the 2 and the 3 a.m. hours, and it's being pursued by a military helicopter. Well, we've also got reports that that Blackhawk military helicopter has been flying very, very low. And I thought, okay, maybe they're looking for the 18-year-old woman, and that's a possibility. So this is the woman that's missing. Her name is Isabella Hanton. And like I said, missing since October 30th from Belleville, West Virginia. And from what I've understood, I don't think anybody has any information on what happened to this young woman. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. We're going to run things with West Virginia Cold Case team that we have started, completely nonprofit. And we're going to try to get answers for you guys on not just her, but what's going on with the UFO sightings on this river. Is it true? Is it confounded? I don't know. This woman explained it as a spotlight UFO, and I don't know if that means a beam coming down from a spaceship or what exactly she's describing, but I believe that she saw something. And this woman, you know, she's homeless and she's got a tent out there. Some people just think she's cracked up on drugs, but I didn't get that vibe. And yes, I know I believe a lot of things, but she said it was being pursued by a military helicopter, and many of us, including myself, have video of a helicopter hovering very low. And that's the way this woman explained it to me, was there was a spotlight UFO right over the river, and the Blackhawk military helicopter was hovering 30 feet above the Little Kanawha River. And it would happen 3 different times, always between the hours of 2 and 3 in the morning. Now, this helicopter right here, if it's through the National Guard, that would be like a health thing. But I've been doing a little bit of investigative journalism, and Lockheed Martin has actually gotten a $2.3 billion contract through to develop these Blackhawk military helicopters. And Lockheed Martin is actually, we've known this for over a decade, is in tight with the UFO community, actually going back to Area 51, to where they've been back engineering UFO spacecraft. Now, if you've been digging on Lockheed Martin and the UFO community for years, it's not going to come as a surprise to you, but they have been back or reverse engineering UFO stealth aircraft for a long time, and this could be some involvement with them now building Blackhawk helicopters that, you know, might not be UFO crafts themselves, but they might be chasing UFO technology, so there might be more to this story.